What's up, everyone? I'm Leno56, and welcome back to some more StarRupture. So, in this episode, we are going to continue doing orders for these 5 different corporations that we have here. Let's take a look here. So we are doing Clever Robotics right now. That'll give us access to MultiRails, which I kind of have an idea for building different things, different factory layouts. I think I'm going to try to kind of redo our factory layout a little bit and kind of do it more status factory style. I have a couple of different ideas here that we could possibly do. Because this isn't bad, but I'm not sure I like it a whole lot. I guess I could actually redo it really good too. Oh yeah, we just had a start one. Let's go out and actually collect some of these while we're out here. Also, since the start is ruptured, I need to go to that base over there. Because we also have an assault rifle. Oh, okay. Thought there were 2 of them right there. Alright, so let's start making our way this way. These things are everywhere. That's fantastic. I'm trying to level up my, can't remember what it's called. I like these ones right now. Let's see. Movement. Oh, I did unlock. Okay, so I'll have to put a chip there. Yeah, we're gonna head over here since that's where we were getting, well, that's where all of those vermin were. Yeah, I have a couple of different ideas for ways I could potentially make our factory a little more efficient. I want to hurry before the vermin reappear. I'm not sure how long it takes for them to reappear after StarRupture. And I do have this guy, so I'm not too worried. I feel fairly safe. Although the planet is starting to regenerate already. Which is slightly concerning, but that's okay. Alright, here we are. So let's try to loot as much as we possibly can while we're over here right now.
I think I can use this.
To be honest, I'll be honest, it pisses me off that others are making their own money here and bragging about what they're buying and everything. I kind of wish these would like narrate to you so you could continue collecting stuff while listening to that. Because we're kind of in a time rush. bodies. I think that's it. I have a flashlight, right? Yeah, I do. There's that. Let's see, what else do we have? I'm also kind of looking for blueprints and stuff, too. I have a lot of LEMs here. Alright, I need to figure out how to get up there. Oh, here we go.
Bravo! Shipment delivered to Clever Robotics. They're still very happy with your services, but remember, everything can always be done more
Let's
efficiently.
Let's see, what's this? Notification. I'm submitting from notification regarding the death of a mission leader.
Ruptura status, stable. Arcadia status, stable.
I wonder if I can
Rightly so.
do
Miller
this.
didn't fulfill his agreement.
Ooh, I think I have a, oh, crap. Alright, we gotta get out of here.
Reloading!
Oh, crap. I'm actually injured right now. That's not good. So the minute it says the planet is finished regenerating is when they pop back up.
Finally.
Okay. I think we're good. Why is the music so loud again? I thought I adjusted that. Alright, we're just gonna do that. Alright, I think we're good. Granted. Let's see here. There was a blueprint I saw that I'm not seeing in here. So what's happening to, like, all the stuff I'm collecting? Because I did see a blueprint. Oh, they're in my blueprint. Okay, well, so I collected a few different things. So let's head back, and then I'll have to make another trip at some point. But that wasn't a decent, yeah, that was a decent excursion. Alright, perfect. So that should have given us access to MultiRails, which I do kind of have an idea on how I want to use them to make our factories a little bit more efficient. So let's see here. So MultiRails, perfect. So everything's level 5 except for this guy, but this one needs rotors, which I do believe I have rotors. So fabricator, bam. I need titanium rods and wolfram wire, which I have some wires, so that's no issue. Tubes. Let's see, what else can I throw in here? I can throw my one. It's funny. My guy's getting hungry. Let's see what we have here. Reduces double jump costs. Wait, double jump. Oh my god, there's a double jump.
Ah, gotcha. Great.
There we are. Perfect. And then I have some ammo. So much of this, don't I? Heavy ammo. We'll keep the pistol ammo. We'll put the shotgun ammo there. And then I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with all of this stuff. So let's do this. Alright, I have 13,000. Throw that there. Let's throw... Actually, let's see here. Long barrel. Cool barrel. Three aliens at a time. Let's do the extended mag. Which gives us 51, so we got 20 extra rounds. Self-loading attack modular shotgun. Dang. Okay, what do we have here? Well, I got the extended mix, so that'll definitely help in that regard. I did have rotors. Let's see, how do we make rotors? That's another question. Let's do MultiRails. Alright, let's do this. I'm guessing it's gonna be, yeah, here. What do I need to make rotors? Oh, I need titanium rods and wolfram wire. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of redo the whole factory here. That's fine. Let's see. You guys are all plates, aren't you? Alright, let's do titanium rods. And you'll be titanium rods as well. There we go. So then that'll help there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this whole factory. So how do I want to do this? good way. Fabricator. So I'm guessing I need titanium sheets, rotors, and rods for this. Okay, so then what else can be made in here? This plus this equals that, this, that. Super magnet. 3 different items. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a good way to actually make factories that I can like expand. I don't know if there's a good way to do it yet, which is going to make this difficult.
Great.
There is a double jump. That's hilarious. I just found out there's a double jump. It's so funny. Alright, let's go to rotors. And then I also need Wolfram wire. Let's see here. So we need another 100 Wolfram wire and another 150 of these things over here. Which is going to be a minute. That's okay. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm gonna have to build like little factories. I wonder if I can. I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of design so then I can make my factories like expandable. Let's see.
Tasty.
Alright, take that and we'll take that. There we are. That'll help with their hydration and stuff. Ooh, actually, I also need... Don't know if that's going to be enough or not. Probably not. Yeah, having the double jump is actually kind of nice. Alright, fabricator, done. I'm just a little short. That's okay. short, give or take. Why does that show like titanium ore, but that's actually wolfram ore? Alright, that should be enough. There we go. Now we have rotors. Heck yeah. Alright, so rotors are done. So now I need to actually make rotors, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I actually want to do this. Because I want to make like one central factory, but I want everything to be expandable, which is going to be extremely hard to actually set up. Yeah, so how do I want to do this? Because I could have... Because theoretically, what I could do is I could have like a main bus line. Granted, with how I typically do my factories, like in other games, I'll have a main bus line and then I'll have, you know, splitters and stuff off of each one. In this kind of a game, though, because there's not splitters per se. Let me try something here because I'm kind of curious to see what all the capabilities are. And connect up to 3 rails. Say I have a rail system here and a rail system here like this or something. How? Huh. I guess you could technically do something like that. It's too bad you can't do multiple connections off of one. That would make this, what I'm thinking, a heck of a lot easier. Say I have like a main bus line like this. How do I want to do that? I wonder what else we have access to, like rail-wise. Let's take a look here. Rail 2s, we have cargo dispatches, cargo receivers, a 5-lane multi-rail. I'm not sure how to actually do that. Like, I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Because then I could have a bunch of resources like that, but it's never gonna split it evenly. I'm not entirely sure how to do this. Because my thought process is to have like one giant bus line with factories and stuff coming off of the side. I would almost have to do it like Satisfactory style though. You know, satisfactory, it's so much simpler. So I could do a satisfactory style in terms of I have all the ores being smelted locally here. Okay. I'm gonna kind of redo this. Because essentially I'm gonna have to make one of every item that we have. Here, let's see, what else do I need to research here? Because I want to prepare for any attacks. Oh, okay. Stabilizer. I don't even think I have what I need for a stabilizer, do I? No, I need rotors for a stabilizer, so I would need rotors and titanium rods. Titanium rods and wolfram wire. Okay, I think I have an idea on how I'm just gonna have to build little local factories everywhere. Alright, so we're gonna do this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete these. I don't really want to, but okay, now when I delete these, I'm gonna have so many resources just thrown. Yep, there they are. Okay, that's good for right now. Let's see, what do we have here? We have all sorts of stuff. Alright, so I need to build a factory that has rotors. So, yeah, how do I actually want to lay this out? Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to smelt everything. Because if I smelt everything locally, that would make at least that part a little bit simpler. So then I would need wolfram wire. Yeah, see, so I could have the monorail, or the multi-rail system going this way. Yeah, let's do that. And then what we can do... Alright, I need stairs so I can get up here and actually take a look. Let me do this. Yeah, so wolfram wire and titanium rod, so So one of these gets me 2 of these every 4 seconds. And then for rods, one of these gets me 1 of these every 2 seconds. And then I would need another one of these. Two every 6 seconds. Okay, so 2 of these every 6 seconds and 2 of those every 6 seconds. So 1 every 2 seconds, which means that I would get 3 titanium rods every 6 seconds. So that's actually enough of there. 2 every 4 seconds and I need 2 every 6 seconds. So yeah, it's almost a 1-to-1 ratio here. Okay. So then what we would do maybe do something like that. Yeah, so then we would have wolfram, titanium, something like that maybe. Okay, so then if I do this like this, I could smelt everything locally too, like that wouldn't be the worst thing, but let's see here. So then wolfram and titanium, or since I have wolfram over here, I could do titanium right here. Yeah, so I can just do this for right now. I just want to see if this actually works, which I think it should. I don't know why it wouldn't. So yeah, I would redo this to titanium, redo this one to this. And then, yeah, okay. Oops. Probably. Okay, that's not a bad way to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just build a bunch of little local factories like this then. So we're building rotors. I'm trying to figure out a way if there's like something I could do where I can just build a bunch of like one item and then Which actually, I kind of know how I could potentially do that. Because of the multi-rails, like, these could all be rotors, these could be something else, something else. I mean, that would get significantly bigger. But that is one way how I could, like, do kind of a bus system. I actually do kind of have an idea, so I could do something like this. Yeah, I do kind of have an idea on how I could potentially do that. Okay, so as of right now, though, let's do... Alright, let's do these.
I can use this.
I do not have any... Gosh, dang it. Okay, okay, you're fully smelted. Gosh, dang it. I don't have any room. What can I get rid of? Ooh, actually, I know what I can do. I can research some stuff. Gosh, dang it. So we're going to do rotors. Rotors. Alright. Let's see here. I don't actually need a multi-rail right here, though. I'm just going to do this. There we go, okay. And we have rotors. Sweet, okay. What else do we have? So that's being done there. Everything's level 5 now, so I need pneumatics, stabilizer. Heat sink and tube. So tube is probably the next one that I have access to that I can work on. So I need titanium sheets and titanium rods. So sheets and rods, which I think I have access to. Or I had access to. Which actually I can make right here. Let's do this. Yeah, I've not really figured out a good way to build these factories yet. Alright, so sheets. We're gonna turn you into rods. You know what? We're gonna turn these off because I have more ingot or bars than I know what to do with. Not a bad way to do these multi-rails. This is a lot more organized. I'm just trying to figure out a way to actually I guess I could just keep expanding upon this. I'd have to keep expanding these factories and keep redoing them, which I'm trying to avoid. So I'm trying to figure out a way to actually expand the factory without having to constantly keep rebuilding it, because it does get very tedious very quickly. See, I do need more rotors, so I could double this. Which means I would need another 3. So, 1, 2, 3, this would be... something like that. Alright, so let's do another one of these. Like this. Now this is the part where I would run into this issue. So, if I do a multi-rail, yeah, this is where the multi-rails don't work very well because of how these splitters work. A connector for drone rails allows for the splitting or merging of up to 3 rails. There's no way to split this though. Like, how would you split this? the only other option I have is to do it like this works for one resource, but when you have multiple resources, you'd have to do something like this. Okay, so we would have to do one of these.
I'm detecting increased Ruptura activity.
Crap, another rupture.
Prepare for a wave.
Okay, so then we would do 2. That would go there. That would go there. Okay, so this is how this would have to go. So you could do something like this. Oh, oops. Actually, I wouldn't do that. Wire. This one. B-rods. Go like that.
Ruptura's eruption has started. Prepare for impact.
Incoming.
Warning. Extreme temperature detected.
Yeah, there's not really a good way to split MultiRails, unfortunately. So, I mean, I like MultiRails, I like the idea behind them, but there's not really a good way to, like, split them. Which makes this very, very difficult. I do have another idea that I want to try. I wish there was a way for me to get rid of like all these titanium bars and stuff. Alright.
Planetary temperature returning to normal.
There we go. Now it should be able to... Oh, crap. Alright, let's see here. So let's grab more MultiRails. Bam, bam. Alright, like that. So this one I can actually... I have another idea for this guy. I can actually use this one. Yeah, how I would actually want to do this would be to have a splitter off of these and then... Oh well. I'm just kind of messing around with it and seeing how this could potentially work. Yeah, so then I'd have to redo these. Trying to make this expandable as much as I can. So these are all going to be the same. Yeah, there's not a good way to do this, from what I can tell. Or, let me try it like this. That's not going to work either. Frick. What I might have to do is do it like this, where I have one here, one here, one here. Actually, let's do this backwards. Yeah, we'll do this like this instead. Okay, granted I would have to do something with this here. Yeah, I prefer to use the MultiRails, but I just don't see a good way of this actually working, unfortunately. Yeah, with how these rails work, there's no good way to do this. Especially if you have multiple things on one rail. Gosh dang it. I'm not sure how to actually... Unless I just flip everything. I mean, that's another way that I could potentially do it. Which I actually hate that idea of clipping, which won't even work. There's no good way to do this. Like this, I'm not a huge fan of, but this actually does kind of work. This, on the other hand, well, let's see if I can figure it out. Frick. So if I do it like this, this would go here, this would go there, and that would go like that. Okay, and then we would do one there, one here. This would go there. Like that. Okay. Now for these ones, I guess technically that works like that. Alright, so rods, rods. Okay, so I need to bring in the resources now. Then I'm gonna have to do the same thing over here. So yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the rail system, if I'm being completely honest. Oh, this has no power.
The Raptura is in its stable stage. The climate of Arcadia is returning to normal.
I need water.
There we go. Alright, and my guy needs water. Let's drink you, eat you, and we're good. I wonder how efficient these splitters are. Okay, that's actually not terrible. See, I actually do like this. I just wish that you could actually have splitters off of these multi-rails, which I'm sure that there's a way they could do it, but alrighty. And one thing I can easily do for these ones though is I can just do this. Yeah, for these guys, I'm just gonna do this. There we go. Realistically, you could probably just make one giant factory. Oh, oops. Sweet, okay. Yeah, I do like the way this actually looks. So, given the limitations of the multi-rails, I mean, these little factories can only be so big. Granted, once you get access to the 5 multi-rail ones, it would make it a little easier, but I could add a whole nother section. So theoretically, I could triple this and we would be good. Bad idea. Yeah, maybe we'll triple rotor production here. 1, 2, 3. So that would be another 3. So that would be like that. Oops. Alright, then I'm gonna have to delete. Well, actually. One, two, yeah, we'll delete these. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of pre-planning when I build these things, which is fine. Alright, so what we're gonna do yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how these rails work, but they are kind of a cool idea, but they're not very efficient. One, two, three. One, two, three. Alright, there we are. And then oops. Oh, we're gonna do it this way. Okay, there we are. So then these guys are going to be rotors, rotors, and rotors. Alright, let's see this work. See, now this looks pretty sweet when it does work, but yeah, there's a lot of pre-planning that has to go into it to actually make it like actually work properly. But when it does work, it looks pretty freaking cool, that's for sure. Alright, I need to actually put more, and then I can actually turn you on. Oh, I have you turned on too. There we are. I wonder if this can keep up with all of them that I have here. Yeah, so that's about the max that I can do for these 3-lane multi-rails. Which honestly, I don't think that this is going to be able to keep up with this. Oh well. It's going to be as efficient as it can be, I suppose. Yeah, because this is almost empty. I wonder if there's going to be a way in the future to actually upgrade these so they can produce more. Yeah, so then this is our rotor factory. And there's not really a good way to reuse all of these machines either. Like, what would be neat is if you could, like, gosh dang it, I don't do that. Like, say you could, you know, you're producing a bunch of like titanium plates here and your new titanium plates down here, like, so you could call from any one of these machines. Like, that would be a cool feature. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm gonna have to mess around with it, but I spent most of the time this episode so far just building this rotor factory here. Alright, so let's see. So while that's being done, what else can I make? Yeah, that's almost done here. Okay. Oh, these are the exact same. Okay, so I could do titanium housing for these ones. Okay, that might actually be slightly easier. So I'm going to do the same setup that I did with our rotor factory. So we're going to delete all this. Oops. Yeah, I dropped a bunch of stuff. Oh well, that's okay. So yeah, we're going to do the same setup that I did here with our housing. So let's do this. And then we're going to do this guy. Alright, so it's going to go like that. Now, what I'm going to do, because I think all I really need is just titanium. I believe that's all I need. Yeah, I don't like how far apart these ones are spread, so I might actually do it this way instead. So I noticed that if you do this, if you delete of the same type, it actually deletes a lot quicker. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this.
Energy thanks you for another shipment. According to their observations, your production has not damaged the environment. The amount of greenhouse gases in Arcadia 7's atmosphere has not changed.
I think this, maybe. I'm not sure if that's going to be 100% efficient or not, but we can take a look at it here. So yeah, let's do this. So let's do... So 1 every 3 seconds. Or I need 1 every 2 seconds. Okay, so... Yeah, so I'm going to have to delete this. Okay, I think so. I need 2 of these. No, I need 3 of these, 2 of these. So I can get rid of this one. Yeah, so we'll do it like that. Okay. Actually, you're gonna go like this. And realistically, yeah, we'll just do it like this actually. Something like this. This will make you go a little faster. And you. Okay. Okay, so that's done like that. Now, what we're going to do, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. Gosh dang it. There's no way to cancel. I guess there is, but not while you're in drone mode. And this begs another issue. Because technically I have 3 of these, but I only need 2 of these, so I feel like what I would probably have to do is on this one right here. and we run into the same problem. Crap. Like, this one's easy. This one's no issue. These ones, however, and it won't let me do that. But it let me do it over here. Oh, it was slightly down. It's the exact same though, right? Huh, okay. That's a problem. Yeah, so these are the issues that I keep running into, which is very, very frustrating. So there's no way to efficiently do this with these rails. Alright, so let me think on how I could actually do this here. Alright, I might actually have an idea. So, if I delete you... we'll just do this how I had it. Alright, then I'm gonna have to delete this one as well. So if I do something like this, because then it'll merge them all. Granted, now I have to figure out this issue, which I think I know how to fix this little problem I have here. This is such a frustrating issue to have, too. Like, just let me clip. Like, just let me do this. So, alright, fine. What if I just do this? So freaking dumb. Which means this one's gonna have to go down. Okay, technically I guess that would work. So let's double check that. Alright, so you're on. I have no power here, that's the issue. Alright, I have plenty of those. So we're going to do this and that. And I have no power. Should be able to fix our no power issue. There we go. Now we're going. Alright, so you're gonna be that. Perfect. And then... Perfect. And then what I might actually have to do here is I might have to place another rail like that. There we go. Yeah, I kind of wish there was a way to upgrade the machines and stuff. Maybe there will be down the road.
I need water.
Oh my god, you can ride these little drone things. That's hilarious. Heck yeah. We are working. Like, I like the MultiRails. They actually work really well. The downside to them is they have very limited capabilities, unfortunately. Okay, so realistically, the better thing to do would be to build. I guess it doesn't really matter how I do this. Or, better yet, I could just do this. Yeah, so I'm trying to like do it more like satisfactory style, but with how like the building and everything works here, it's actually really complicated. Like, I love the multi-rails, like these work fantastic. The downside is you can't split them. So like one rail has to go to each line, like you can't split these at all. So you're very limited to what you can do with these rails, which I like the rails, but I also don't like them at the same time. Yeah, so we'll do do something like that. Okay, so... Alright, so we're gonna do this because I could do housing... I believe it's these guys right here. Let's do some more clever robotics.
Oh, yes.
Alright, now we should have housings coming in. Yep, there they are. Yeah, it's been a good majority of the episode actually working on these. So we have a rotor factory right here. This is making rotors. And then this one's making housings. What else we got over here? Ooh. We have wind turbines. They have, I believe, double the power. Let's see. And oh Jesus. They 10 times. So 10 times the amount of material, but they do produce almost 20 times. Okay, so that's actually way better. Alright, we're gonna have a bit of a power issue here really quick. Gosh dang it. Alright, and we are out of power, but we will get more power. So we multiplied our power tenfold here, so 1400 in grid. Heck yeah. I don't even remember how much we actually had with all the solar panels. Oh well, that's way better anyways.
Ah, gotcha.
So I need to make some more building material here. Actually, the more advanced it's going to require the more advanced building material, which does make sense. Alright, let's see, what can I upgrade over here? I have a crap ton of resources on me. Alright, we unlock tubes. we've unlocked stators. So for stators, I need titanium housing and wolfram wire. Okay. Can be exported. How do you export it? Because then I could get rid of all the random materials I have. Let's see. I know, right? So much more room. You know, like, I was trying to figure out, because I would kind of like to do that, where you can just pull from any factory you have. The downside, like, you would basically, like, the multi-rails wouldn't work. What you would have to do is just use a bunch of rail connectors. Like, doing it that way, you would essentially, I guess what you could do is you could do something like this. I mean, you could do something like this where you could have a factory here, and then it just...
Rupture activity detected.
Again?
I recommend finding a safe place.
It's happening sooner and sooner. But then you could essentially pull from multiple factories at once. I guess the only issue with this is there's not really a good way. Yeah, this would be difficult to actually implement. I'm sure it's possible, but I haven't figured out a good way to actually do this. Because being able to pull from every factory would be so nice. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do... Here, let's see, is there anything else I can get rid of? Because I'd like to go find some more blueprints and stuff, so... Let's see, furnace, we'll throw you in there. Alright, there's nothing else. I have a bunch of titanium beams that I can get rid of. The problem is I'm not sure where to get rid of them. I do have a bunch of rotors. Let me grab them before, maybe. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I grabbed one stack, that's fine. I got this. We're
Rupture's
fine.
core is unstable. Head to safety immediately.
It's so scary.
Warning. The planet is being incinerated.
The fact that our thing, like our structures can hold up to that's ridiculous. Yeah, I have not figured out a good way to, because being able to pull from every building would be freaking phenomenal. But yeah, I have not figured out a good way to actually do that, unfortunately. Or, I guess what you could do, you could do a combination of these, like... No, that still wouldn't work very well. Yeah, I don't think it's really designed to have like a butt sort of system. And I think this game's more meant for like spaghetti factories. It's not really
Planetary
meant
temperature
for,
within acceptable parameters.
let's see, what can I get rid of? Alright, there's all my food. I need to get rid of... Let's put you here. Get rid of all of you guys for a minute. Let's do this. Okay, let's do that. Alright, we're gonna go explore for a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a bunch of these. So let's go back up this way. We're gonna see if we missed anything. Which I kind of want to go and reread a couple of those notes that I found. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of these deposits everywhere. And then I think there's caves and stuff too that I can explore. Alright, so let's head up here. We should have plenty of time to explore before the vermin come back. Building material. Sweet, okay. I believe that's everything up here. The double jump. I love the double jump. Okay, so I didn't take everything out of this building yet. Since the vermin kind of... Oh, no. The vermin kind of ruined that for us. I think I read a couple of those. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Heavy ammo. Medium ammo. Food. Dead body. Increased stamina regen. Oh, heck yeah.
We'll be getting a new employee tomorrow. She'll be working off her punishment with us. We don't have any other convicts on the base, so I'm not crazy about the idea. But I trust the company wouldn't hire just any old criminal. According to the documents they sent me, she has 5 years of experience in mining helium-3 on the moon, a managerial position, a degree in chemistry, but she can also operate a harvester and fix machinery. I'd be thrilled if it wasn't for the fact that I have no access to what she was convicted of. Our head of security has full access to her file and says I shouldn't worry about her conviction. Plus he promised to keep...
Oh, I think I ran out of range. That's fine. I don't want to be here too long. And we did find a couple of decent items, so...
I can use this.
Yep, I already raided this area. Yeah, I'd say that's probably good enough, so let's head out. Story was lame anyways. Yeah, so I kind of got the gist of it. If there is a range where you have to be in range, that's kind of cool, but I wish everything you found was like narrated to you so you could actually focus on other things versus having to sit there and read and hoping you don't get attacked and killed. Gosh dang, 2 hours goes by quick. I only have a few minutes left of the stream. Judging your coworkers. Granted, I mean their coworkers are all dead. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, those wind turbines are so much better. Still going. Wow, we're just over the halfway mark too. That's insane. Yeah, we don't actually have enough titanium bars coming in. Oh well, we're gonna have to deal with what we can. So, I kind of want to replace this double jump one with this stamina regen. Increase stamina regen by 20%.
Great!
Yeah, we're going to swap those out. Increase max health by 25. I'm at 86 for health. Which one do I currently have slotted? Oh, harvester mining damage, reduce. I don't need the revive time one. I can do the max health by 12. Increase firearm swap speed. I don't really care about that.
I can use this.
Yeah, let's swap this out. There we go. And then I kind of like the harvester mining damage. So we'll keep these ones how they are. Let's go with research.
Another great day for science. This data will be useful.
Monorail, 240 items per minute, which means that the other ones are 120 items per minute. Granted, you don't really, there's not really a need to have full belts and stuff. Like, there's not like science packs or anything that you're just constantly producing, so you don't really need to worry about the belt speed too much. At least from what I gather. I mean, unless you can upgrade like these guys. I want to try to figure out a way to just pull from every machine that I have. That would be freaking phenomenal. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm gonna have to probably mess around with that between episodes. I didn't find any other blueprints or anything. Let's see. I can make tubes though. Let's see, what can I use to make tubes? Alright, so tubes are made in the fabricator. Titanium rods and titanium sheets. Okay.
Ruptura status stable. Arcadia status stable.
So I think what I'm gonna have to do is tubes I'm gonna have to make in a different area. Which is fine. Alright, so let's do...
That's just what I need.
Alright, so this will make 2,000 building material for us. I'm gonna start building another base. There we are. Okay, perfect. So we are going to head over here, and I'm gonna call the episode here pretty soon. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the frickin' how I want to kind of lay out my factories and stuff, which I like this, but I also don't at the same time. But yeah, I do want to try to figure out a way where I can pull from every machine, because then I can just use everything that I already have. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another base over by these deposits over here. I just have to be careful for vermin. Does that newer rail consume more power? I have no idea if they actually consume power or not. Like, yeah, 120 items. I don't think they do. Just start the episode over again. Yeah, so this would be this is a pretty good spot for a factory right here. No, like, I spend most of the time trying to figure out how to...
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
That was rude, she interrupted me. How to work with the MultiRails. Never hurts to ask. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is this is where we're going to build our next factory. I need to start working on tubes so I can use those. Which we have a bunch of deposits over here for Wolfram. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deposits there. And we have 4 titanium deposits up here. Actually, yeah, no, we have 4 here. So that's not bad. I can build a fairly big factory over here. The only... Oh, there's more titanium that way, too. Okay. So yeah, we can build a few different factories. The only thing I'm going to have to worry about is vermin attacking our base. If they run, they're vermin. If they don't run, they're well-trained vermin. So that's fine. Alright, so... I should wing it. Oh, that's perfect. Alright, I have a base core. So, it doesn't really matter where I place you. I mean, it does, but right here is not bad. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'll put myself right here. And we're going to build a little habitat. Yeah, I'll do the same kind of habitat building that we did at our main base. What the heck? Why do I keep doing that? Okay, and then I need some stairs. Oh. So you can't access
Reloading!
the drone tool when you're being attacked. Come here, buddy.
Changing mags!
Interesting. Okay. He's fine. Yeah, so you can't access the drone tool when you're attacked. Those are some stairs. Okay. Sweet. We have a little safe space here. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the episode here. In the next episode, we are going to build another factory right here. Probably a tubing factory, and then I want to unlock... Huh. That must be like a no-build zone. Anyways, I want to try to unlock... Oh, what's it called? Like the cargo things. Here, let me actually put this up for a minute. Where's that at? No, it's not you. It's not you. Yeah, the cargo dispatcher, which means I need to keep upgrading clever robotics, because then I can actually allows for long distance transportation of selected items requires a cargo. Yeah, so then I can dispatch cargo from one location and bring it to another location. So then I can produce a bunch of stuff at this factory and send it over to our main factory, or I could even build like a giant science factory too. So that would be a good way to start producing outposts. But that's something I'm going to try to do in the next episode, is upgrade clever robotics enough to where I can actually start doing that. And then I can start expanding a lot more too. But I also need turrets for when vermin come crawling around.
I need water.
But yeah, on that note, I'm going to call the episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching.